Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Chances. And today, unfortunately, we are not at a park or any place particularly cool like that. I mean, this place is pretty cool, but not as cool as some of the parks I wanted to make it to. The reason I'm not going too far tonight is because it's pretty late, as you guys can see. First, probably only nighttime episode. Look at where we are. School, back at school. Oh my God, it's horrific. But beautiful. Hello. I apologize for making the episodes out of order. Yeah, I just haven't really gotten around to making this episode yet, but it's episode 3 coming after episode 4, unfortunately. I will be working on getting episode 5 out as soon as possible. And let's get right into it, guys. In today's episode, we'll be discussing the 3 main themes, or what I would consider the 3 main themes of The Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka. We'll also be going over characters in the book, why Kafka chose those themes, and of course the overall impact of this novel. And also if there are any other perspectives that people could have. It's going to be an interesting episode today. Let's go. Okay guys, see these red berries right here? My camera quality is so bad, I'm sorry. I just ate some. Hopefully they have some caffeine so I can have some fuel for the rest of the night. Let's go. So the 3 main themes I've chosen for this novel, in my opinion, is isolation for sure, dehumanization, and absurdity. And let's talk about why. Okay, so for isolation, it was introduced in the very beginning of the book. He turned into a bug, and that just created a massive barrier between him and his family and the world. At that point, it just ruined his life and completely isolated him. Next, dehumanization. So I chose this one because, in my opinion, this is a pretty big one. Dehumanization, it's just his family no longer really considered him part of their family even, or just a human. At the end, towards the end, they even started to refer to him as it. And for absurdity, I think you guys can guess why. I'm on the bus ramp right now. Pretty cool. It's not really that cool. But anyways, absurdity, you guys can 100% guess why. This dude wakes up as a freaking bug just one random day. Literally no reason why, no explanation. He doesn't even question why. He wakes up and he's like, I'm a bug. He basically accepts it from the beginning. No, you know what? No one in the entire book is like, yo, why are you a bug? It's absurd. All right, and I also chose 3 characters to represent those 3 themes. First one, Gregor Samsa, the main character, the dude himself, the dung beetle. Okay, so the theme I chose for him to represent is absurdity, of course. That's it's just perfect for him. He wakes up as a dung beetle one random day. He does not question why. I can't get over. He doesn't question why. He just wakes up and he accepts it. And in my opinion, that really just shows how crazy humans are. And it really shows what priorities people have, especially Gregor Samsa. He was more worried about how his family was gonna deal with this, and he was worried about work and money and all these things he should not have been worried about. He's insane. And also, in my opinion, Gregor Samsa just represents human struggle in general and just human existence. All right, guys, I'm gonna try to stay in the light so you guys can see my face. But we are gonna take a quick little walk up to the track and see how it's doing. Let's go. All right, hopefully the concession stands are open because I'm starving. Way over there, it looks like they're open. Hooray. Okay, guys, I'm sorry if I mispronounce this name. I'm bad with names. Greet. That was not it. Grete or Greet Samsa, which is Gregor Samsa's younger sister. The theme I chose for her is dehumanization. The reason why is because she initially is like kind to him and nice and brings some food and water and she takes care of him. But as the story progresses, she just becomes very cold and distant. And like I said in the beginning of this podcast, she starts to refer to him as her own brother. She stops caring about him altogether. The last character I chose, 1 minute. We found the electrical room. It's back. Oh, fudge. Yes, the third character I chose was Mr. Samsa, Gregor Samsa's father. And you guys could guess, it's the last theme left. I chose him to represent isolation, for sure. Mr. Samsa 100% represents the theme of isolation. In the beginning of the book, even before he turned into a bug, his father was like initially distant and cold with him, unfortunately for Gregor. But after Gregor Samsa turns into a bug, he's cooked. His relationship with his father's over and everybody. It's such a sad story. His father just locks him in his room. His father becomes very violent towards him as well. Example. Hello? What the fudge? Sorry, random noises at night scare me.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, okay, towards the end of the book, at the end of the book, I think. Sorry. Mr. Samsa throws an apple, very violently, I may add, at Gregor, and it ends up to be his demise, unfortunately. Spoiler alert. Way too late, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, and his father basically locks him in his room and just shuns him. After his father does that, he's just completely isolated from the world, just stuck with his own thoughts, and that's really it. It's awful. Now let's discuss why Franz Kafka would have chosen those themes for this book. Let's take the theme absurdity, for example. So why I think Kafka might have added that theme is because often in life, I would say Kafka definitely felt trapped, or like he wasn't really, not going anywhere, but just like powerless. Powerless is the word. He felt kind of powerless in life. Much like Gregor Samsa. Gregor Samsa was literally trapped in his own body. Like, he couldn't like move it how he wanted to, and he was powerless. He couldn't do anything. He couldn't eat. He just lost his sanity in his body, and he just couldn't do anything about it.
All right, guys. We are in the ghetto part of the school.
The second theme we will go over is dehumanization. Dehumanization. Holy moly. Okay, so 100% has to deal with Kafka's relationship with his father. Just 100%. Okay, guys, last but not least, theme number 3. Oh, where's the light? Theme number 3, isolation. I think this has to do with his childhood, just how he was kind of swept under the rug by all the citizens of Prague, and how like he was really just ignored by all the people in his like where he lived. He was in real life, he was basically shunned by everyone as well. It's horrible. He lived in this place, and because he was Jewish, none of the citizens would, not none, but a high amount of the citizens would just not interact with him at all. And that put him into his own little world, and he was basically isolated from the beginning, unfortunately. And that led him to develop social anxiety and depression and loneliness. Yeah. Okay, I have I'm so sorry about how dark it is. Okay, so 2 more things for you guys. We're gonna go over the message of this novel, and then, okay guys, so let's discuss some main takeaways, I would say, from this novel, message-wise, like Kafka's message. So I would say, Oh, we have just done one loop around the school. Might do one more, or maybe half. So I would say one of the takeaways is... Okay, sorry, let's get into the takeaways. So some of the takeaways I would say are he definitely critiques a lot of things. This is what I have noticed. In my opinion, I think he's critiquing, society. I think he's definitely critiquing society and how fragile some people's identities are, if that makes sense to you guys. And in my opinion, another takeaway is honestly the absurdity of human existence itself. That's just, in my opinion, that's the main one. Just how absurd human life is. Okay guys, so we're in the middle of my school parking lot at the moment, and let's go over something that's a big part of my podcast. Rare things in nature. So these trees in the springtime are absolutely gorgeous. I don't know what they are. I think they're like cherry blossom trees or like sakura trees or something like that. And they have these beautiful pink petals that fill the parking lot up. It's just beautiful in spring. And I don't really see these everywhere, so I'm assuming they're not the most common tree. It's pretty cool. Honestly, this might be the most, unless I'm able to get in to my school and go to the ag class, this is probably the most rare thing we'll find today. Except for this. Yeah. Alright guys, we're gonna walk over to my parking spot and I'm gonna lay in it while discussing the different perspectives people can have on the story. We haven't made it to my parking spot yet. We're almost there. It's towards the end. But I just wanted to get this out of the way. One of the main perspectives of this story, which people tend to think a lot, is like a psychological perspective. Okay guys, we made it to my parking spot. Finally, thank goodness. Oh, let's sit down and take a break, shall we? And discuss this perspective. So, this psychological perspective, I would say it definitely represents depression and some other mental illnesses for sure. And I honestly think it represents his gradual, disassociation with his family. And for sure, the lack of communication he had with anybody. That definitely plays a big role in this perspective. On to the next. Okay guys, after giving it quite a bit of thought, I think I came up with a pretty cool perspective. Let's start walking back to my bike. Okay, here's a new one. I think one of the perspectives could be a feminist perspective. Just because in the beginning his sister was playing a traditional woman-like role in his family by caring for him and taking care of him and just being a good sister, taking care of him. And she evolves throughout the story by becoming more distant from him, more independent, and in the end she really just asserts herself within the family and just kind of convinces everyone to abandon Gregor Samsa. So yeah, I think that could definitely be one of the perspectives. Okay guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video today. I hope you guys will come back for the 5th episode. Once again, I'm so sorry for these late... Oh my God. It's not even that big of a drop, but I almost lost balance. Ooh, this is so cool. Hello. Sorry, I get distracted. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys in the 5th episode of Chances. Goodbye.